Welcome to another HEX video. This video is sponsored by HEX, and today I will be showing you the Evolving Sealed Gauntlet format, which is quite unique to HEX. So HEX has an entry-level tournament type sealed. For those who play Magic, you'll be familiar with the sealed format, where you're entering a tournament setting and you're given a bunch of boosters and then you get to open them and build a deck with it. Evolving Sealed is the same way, and they also have a normal sealed mode. But Evolving Sealed is kind of a baby step, beginner entry-level tournament experience. You enter with fewer packs, or simply the entry ticket. The way this works is you're going to be given 2 packs, Primal Dawn and Armies of Myth, and then you're also getting an additional 2 rareless packs of Primal Dawn and 1 Armies of Myth, rareless as well. You get to keep these cards at the end. And as you win games, you're going to get to add additional boosters, free of course, into your Evolving Sealed pool. Hence the name. You can evolve your deck and then build a new deck entirely if you like the new cards you open. Let's see what we've got here. I'm going to search first by rarity, just to see what cool cards I've gotten in the rare slot. Not saying that rares are better or anything, just saying they're cooler to look at first. Looks like I've got Chrono Demon. When this enters play, you may void all other non-avatar cards. When this leaves play, put each card voided by this into play. So that's a pretty big game ender right there. That'll lean me towards Diamond and Sapphire, probably what you would call a bomb. Let's see, Suspicious Duke, Duplicitous Duke. This gets must attack, create a copy of this and put it into play. You get speed and combat ends avoid this. Interesting. That's an aggressive one. Ghost Howler, a Diamond Wild. When you gain health, troops you control get +1/+1. That might be a bit too specific for a deck. Alright, well, I have an inclination towards Diamond and Sapphire, so let's see what kind of cool cards I've gotten there. I'm going to filter first for the Diamond cards. Actually, I should filter Shardless cards first. Whoa. Okay, so that's encouraging a multicolored one. And it might be decent if I get the red, blue, or green versions. Alright. Looks like nothing too exciting in Shardless, so looking at the diamonds first. Next troop gets +1/+1. Sure, nice small card. 5 Adamant. Attacking troops get +2/+2. A very expensive trick. When power shifted, gets +1/+1 onto this. Let's see if I get a lot of those. Target troop gets +2/+2, gain 2 health. I like that more than the big cry of adamant. Card call. Create a standard resource of your choice and put it in your hand. Useful from going through color. Spirit Eagle, that's really good. Canyon Runner. Socketable. The next troop in your deck gets all the socket powers of this. The Socketable is actually a really cool concept where you can customize what this card is. This card with Swift Strike is really good. Swift Strike seems to be a really good socket. I'm gonna put that in. Fire Troop gets defensive. Totem Trap deals 3 to... that's really good. And of course I've got the Chrono Demon, which I'm gonna put off to the side there. So it looks like Diamond's pretty promising. I'm gonna look into Sapphire. Three mana, 3/3. You can see the top card of your deck. That's pretty good. If for some reason I can splash green. Target action with cost equal to or less than this troop's cost from your crypt into your hand. Cool. In a Socketable Major. Ooh. I haven't really seen all the major ones, but I have to imagine it's really good, so I'll toss that in for now. A Quick Troop. That seems good. Spider enters your control. Must deals damage to an opposing champion, create 2 Spiderling eggs. Look at the target champion's hand and a Quick Troop. Interrupt, create 2 Spiderling eggs, throw back. Target troop gets -1 put into its controller's hand. Oh, neat. Very tempo oriented. Next action, your deck gets draw a card. Okay. More card. Whenever a constant enters play, exhaust a random opposing troop. I don't have enough constants. 4/2 flight. Interesting. So you can now it's a 6-mana 6/6 and it has makes one of my guys defensive. Seems useful. That puts them back in. Next troop in your deck gets all the socketed powers of this. Yeah, that's pretty good. Haven't I seen something like that? Yeah, it's similar to the Canyon Runner. It's another Coyote. Put a random action from the top 4 cards of your deck into your hand, then put the remaining cards into your deck. How many actions do I have so far? Not that many. I'm not sure how many of them I'll put in. Okay, so white and blue is looking promising. I do have this blue-green card, which is pretty good. I also have a white-green card, which is decent, even though I have no way to gain health. But the stats itself, 4 mana, 3/4, might not be too bad. That's a gain health card. Another socketable major. I'm getting a lot of sockets. At the start of your turn, gain mana. Yep. The green cards all look quite solid. +2, troop battles target opposing troop. Removal. Not 2 of them. Rush. Mashadon. 6 mana, 5/5. When you gain health, this gains +3/+3. Bonk with 6 strikes. Put another card you control into your hand. That card is a troop. It gets +2/+2. Otherwise, this gets +2/+2. Slow. Fight anything, which had a good effect when it came into play. Next troop, Empower. While this is in your hand, transform this into Empowered. Well, that looks pretty good already. Your troop gets +2/+2, next troop gets +2/+2. Okay, so I'm gonna try to cut this down to 23 cards so I can put in 17 land. So time to cut the worst cards here. I've got a handy chart which tells me between costs, ratios, resources. Looks like this is majority green right now. 1.5 average threshold. I'll note that none of my cards take 3 threshold, but there's quite a few that take 2 in all the colors, which may not be good. Okay, so first of all, let me fix the curve here. It looks like there's a lot of 5s. It's too many. That buff costs too much. Chrono Demon. I'm just so enthralled by it. Okay, so cutting 8 cards. Possibly 9 since I am 3 color. I think I'm going to select the champion of Uzu the Bonewalker. Uzu lets you gain a threshold of your choice. It's a minor ability, but when I'm going 3 color in sealed, this might be reasonable. You can also take a look at the other ones that I can do. We've got blue-white. Troops without flight get -1 until the start of your next turn. Honeyfinch. Coyote Cleric. When a troop enters play until your control, gain 1 health this turn. Combos with a few of the health gain cards. Winter Moon. Put up to 2 target cards in your crypt into your deck. These cards get when you play this, draw a card. Very late game. But pretty inexpensive. You can also do green, Sagebrush, Monabu, Gigantosaur guy. Troop gets -1. Create an Oracle Song and put it into your hand. Interesting. Target troop gains flight or gain 1 health. For each next time would be dealt damage, prevent it, revert. I'm just gonna take Uzu. Nice champion for multicolored decks. Okay, this curve looks still heavy on the 4 and 5 spot, so let me take out the ones that I don't absolutely love, I suppose. Totem Trap is awesome. The next action in your deck gets draw a card. Let's see, how many actions do I have now? Only 5, it's not a lot. And that throwback might not be impactful enough. Let's get rid of Thunderfields here. Create a standard resource of your choice, put in your hand, that's really useful. Troop gets +1/+1. Those are small and possibly not important enough, but I'll take them for now. Throw back and go away. It's a tempo card, but in my experience, sealed seems to be more about getting good stuff out there and having it stick. Oh, I'm 3-color, this guy. Steadfast flight +1/+1. 4/4 flight, sure, that's worth it right now. So this deck's lacking a bit of early game. Quite a lot of it, in fact. But I didn't see any very good early game cards. One thing's for sure, I need to get rid of a few of the later game cards. Another troop you control into your hand. Is that perhaps too slow in this deck? I mean, I don't have very many slow cards. Although that would be nice to put the Bright Moon Brave into my hand so that I could have this come back into play and then prophesize again. When power gets shifted on this, gets +1/+1. No, let's see how many shifts I have. I don't think I have enough. I definitely don't. I'm not gonna put a 2-mana 2/1 in here. Even though I have very few early game cards. This is very concerning. There goes one of my teardrops. When you gain health, troops you control get +1/+1. So I'm comparing that 3/4 with the other cards. 3/3, which gives the next one 2/2, 3/2 with flight, 1/4, socketable major. This enters play. Put target action with cost equal to or less than this troop's cost from your crypt into your hand. 4-mana 2/4. Pretty good. Don't have that many actions, but I will ideally be able to get one. Let me see how good these sockets are. So I can socket with white, green, or blue. Swift strike in all zones. That's pretty good. Light in all zones is pretty good. +1/+1 in all zones is pretty good. But I'm gonna take a Swift Strike. It's more defensive, which I think I'll need. The major cards. Huh. When this enters play, gain health equal to the troops' health. When this deals damage to an opposing champion, troops get +1/+1. When this deals damage to an opposing champion, draw a card. And when this enters play, bury cards from the top of each opposing champion. When this deals damage to an opposing champion, create a rhinoceros. Target troop you control. Looks like I am going to need more with a. I'm gonna take Swift Strike again, and that means it's gonna be a 2/5 Swift Strike for 4, which seems good. I'm gonna just pretty much socket everything with Swift Strike. A lot of the things with Swift Strike. A nice defensive ability. Grove Whisper. 5-mana 3/4. 5-mana 4/5 with Swift Strike. Alright, need to make 5 more cuts to the deck. Actually, probably 6 since my deck's quite heavy. Oh, did I not socket this one yet? Yeah, next card gets Swift Strike. 5-mana 2/5 Swift Strike, the next one gets Swift Strike. Alright, Monka 6 strikes is a bit too slow. 4/5 with first strike. I say the 4/2 flight, I guess. I already have better flying cards. Oh, this is interesting. No, I was almost thinking about cutting blue, but no, I've got some flash blue. We're good. That Mystic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards that are blue. So I should seriously think about cutting the double blue cards like this one. 2/5 Swift Strike. It's also double blue. I just can't resist the Swift Strike. Alright, I'm absolutely not cutting any of those cards. That's 8 cards I can't cut. I'm not cutting the Chrono Demon because it's awesome. The Script Guard is great, I think. Alright, Smashodon, I guess, gets cut. The Spirit Roar, I guess, is too slow as well. I already have enough tricks, yeah? 5 mana 4/4. That's below the curve. I think this one gets the cut. Plus it's double green. I do have a lot of double green. Okay, looks like diamond has the most resource now. Okay, and then just one more cut, since this is a heavy curve. Normally 17 resources would probably be enough, but this curve is really high. It scares me a bit. I do want both predatory praise. It's the removal in this deck other than totem trap. I'm really liking this deck. It's good that it's so tough to cut something. Well, let's put together the land and see what it looks like here. So 43% diamond, 30% sapphire, 35% well. I'm gonna have to take a very even split, so 5-5-5. And then throw in additional diamond, and then additional wild. And then I could even build a 41 card deck. It's like the, since I can't think of a card to cut, I will just do so. Throw in one more diamond. I would do this in Magic all the time as well. It's like, oh, I can't think of a card to cut. And this deck kind of needs like 17 and a half land. I mean, this one really needs 18. But I'm just gonna throw in this. You don't have to have a 40 card deck, I believe. So I just split it 6, 6, and 6. Looking at the cards by threshold, that actually might be the way to go. There's a lot of double costs on all of them. Okay, let's do it. So in this format, you can go up to 5 wins. If you once you get the first win, the third win, on those wins you get an extra booster pack into your pool. On the 5th one, you just get to take home an additional booster pack. And then you can do that by the time, you try to do that before you lose 3 times. Once you lose 3 times, you're out of the sealed gauntlet. Let's do it! Would I like to go second or first? No card is drawn at the start of the first player's turn. Draw a card on your turn if you go second. I'm a slow deck. No, I'm gonna go first. It's like, it's the same concept as Magic. It's kind of tempting to go second. Let's see, do I want to keep this hand? I do have the Lilith Lyricist and green-blue. Seems good. I'll keep. Alright, well this is a pretty good start. I'll get the Lilith Lyricist out, which will let me get 3 on my turn. On turn 3, even if I don't draw a land at least. And I can get Dream Smoke Mystic out, which is a 3/3. So every single card that's blue and green I can cast, but the white ones are still a problem, and this double green one. So ideally the next few draws I draw resource. Phone is red and black. Oh, lucky me. Okay, so I have that flight card which costs 4. You can see the top card of your deck. Put the top card of your deck on the bottom of your deck. That seems awesome. I'll play this as a quick ability next turn. I mean, might as well play it as a trick. At the end of his turn. Could just play it now, but no reason in giving him extra information. And in one turn, I can use my power to just gain a threshold, probably white. Let's see, it's got a 3-mana 2/2 here. Seems bad. And I can start swinging for 3 in the air. Not sure if he's got any anti-air. Ooh, that's really good. In addition, I get to gain the white threshold, the diamond. Wow, alright, well that worked out really well, thanks Uzu. I'll go ahead and play that Grove Whisper. And this curve worked out really well. Four, 5 Swiss Strike. That looks like looks monstrous on this turn. It's only got a 2/2. Next turn on 5, I can also play Dream Smoke Mystic and then toss a card if I don't like the top. Let's see, Benvolio, draw a card. It's non-resource at the end of your turn, discard it. Right. Wants to play the card he top deck. Seems early to play that card. Play that ability. It'll be unfortunate if he can't play it. He couldn't play it. At the end of your turn, if this is in your hand, discard it. Alas. Or did he, oh, he must have drawn a resource card. Alright, I'll attack with both of these, and then I'll probably play that Eagle. Ow. Or I can't play the Eagle, I don't have to, like. So I'll play the Ghost Howler, it's more on curve. Or the Dream Smoke Mystic, seeing the top card of my deck and then being able to put it on the bottom. Right now it looks like a 3/3 and a 3/4 are about the same in power, against just a 2/2. The top card is Bright Moon Brave. It seems weak at this point. Doesn't say basic. I think that means I can do it anytime, right? I have a habit of trying to... Yes, I can do it anytime. I have a habit of not spending mana, which is good. Before you have to. Because who knows, I might have a trick. Alright. Opponent's not doing much. Maybe he has a handful of resources. I'm gonna toss that. Get the Wild Shard. The shard that I would have liked. Oh, Diamond Shard. But a shard's still decent. But it's not very useful. I can at least play a Flesh Reaver. That is pretty useful. And I'm gonna have to keep this around because I need the Diamond Shard in particular. This is a one-sided beating right now, though. Nice, I got my Flight Steadfast and +1/+1. Big card. Deals 1 damage to each opposing non-necrotic troop for each necrotic you control. Oh, 2 to each. Well, he just had too many resources and were big cards, it seems. And now I get another pack. See how good any of these are. That's not my... Well, let's see what the rare is. Brood Count. This would deal damage to an opposing champion. Create a Spiderling egg for each damage that would be dealt. Put them into that champion's deck instead. Wow, it's a 10/5. Impressive. I got the Scion, which he had. That seems really good. Moon Warden. Oh, green and blue! Another troop gets +1/+1, another troop gets flight. That's really good. Dream card for my colors. That seems good. Last one in Swift Strike. Up to 1 card gets invincible. And then I could do 2 cards with the Empower. That seems good. I like that trick. 6 mana, 5/5. Just card, destroy target constant. Another Totem Trap. I like Totem Trap. Interrupt target card with 3 or less, or 6 or less if I empower it. It's a cool mechanic. Force of the Tomb. When a necrotic you control deals champion, if this is in your hand, let me play it for free. 2 phantoms. 4 mana, 2/2 flight basically. Not as good as my other cards. Alright, there's a few that I'm going to put in. And then I have to play the which cards get the cut game. I'm putting in Benediction, I'm putting in Totem Trap. Moon Warden I liked. So those 3 cards. Now I have to cut 3. Perhaps Bright Moon Brave gets the cut. It doesn't do much. I did replace Totem Trap. I can get rid of one of these, I guess. Maybe it's not impactful enough. A Cyclone Shaman is a tempting cut since it's double blue, but I have so many good cheap actions now. A 2/5 Swift Strike. I guess I have enough Swift Strike around. A 2/5 Swift Strike isn't even that good, I think about it. Okay, this card gets the cut. I'm just in love with Swift Strike. I couldn't see the truth. This makes it so that my blue is much lower of a threshold. I only have 1 card that requires double blue. In fact, I arguably should cut it now. And then this card, but it's 8. I think this card is too good to cut. Maybe this Ghost Howler. It's just a 4 mana 3/4 steadfast, and it has 1 way to gain a trick, which is Invigorating Breeze. All my other cards are better than 4 mana 3/4. Alright. And checking my resource mix again. I've got 1, 2, 3, I've got 6, 6, and 6. 48% diamond, 30% wild, 26% sapphire. I cut a sapphire for a diamond shard. Go first. That's a nice hand. Wow, that's a really good hand. All the mana required. And a nice 2-drop to start. Hopefully the opponent comes back. And Uzu the Bonewalker really helped me out with that gain a threshold of your choice power. Opponent this time around is create a Gigantosaur. I've got such a good curve with Life Lyricist into Lightning Brave. Might be one of the games where I get too many resources. As that is 6 already, which is the top end of my deck, other than that 8 cost card. Swift Strike when attacking. Guard Call. I'm not gonna need to do that. I'm gonna play Lightning Brave. Not as a trick, since that has a Swift Strike when attacking. It's like an aggressive card. And come on, no shard. Nice. That's one of the better cards I could have drawn. Since I can start getting rid of the shards from the top. Spirit Eagle. That's a good card coming up. That's also cool since only I can see the top card. Let's see, I don't know if I'm gonna need double blue or double green yet, so I'm not gonna use that power. Save enough mana for Benediction. Invincible. Seems good. I'm invincible. Boomsmith deals 2 damage to target opposing troop, probably the flyer. Okay, I don't want to draw that sapphire shard. So let me cheat here. He's out of mana. I would be okay with trading this one for both of his, I suppose. And he's going to block with both, so I'm going to go ahead and toss the top card in the bottom. Card's kind of weak. Kind of want to toss that one too. Is this card possibly worth more than both of his? It possibly was. Oops. I wonder if I want to take my turn just to shuffle cards. Now, that card is weak. Alright. I will use it again. Oh, Chrono Demon. Alright, I'll keep that one on top. So that one requires blue. And I'll just gain green. Thought of the Masquerade. Wow, that looks very impressive. It was a very anti-tempo play not to play Eagle and to basically filter my deck instead, but filter's a pretty strong card. That's a pretty scary one. One more and I can play Chrono Demon. He's got that Gigantosaur possibility. 7 mana, 7/7. Deals 1 damage to each opposing spider and venom troop. Avoid all eggs from the top 10. That's an anti-spider card. Oh, and he just got another Masquerade. Annoying. Well, all I need is 1 resource. To summon the Chrono Demon. Void all other non-avatar cards. I'm assuming he has no avatars. That'll do it. Get my damage in first, and then, here. This is my Avatar of Time. There's 1 card left. Yes, let's activate the power. So it is a little bit frightening. You can do a Giganosaur. He's gonna do Giganosaur. Gonna be a little bit of a race. I need to not draw shards. And he needs to draw shards, hopefully. I actually had a reason not to choose because I could draw that 6 mana card that gains but that's fine since I can just do the other one still and play the shard, and if I draw the 6 mana everything card. I got the first attack in. I'm currently winning the race, but it's really close. If I just draw anything to block though, in the race with a 6/6 flyer. Centaur Healer. 13, that means my 2 attacks no longer kill him. Oh, there it is. So, let's see, I can choose Rage 2. It gets +2/+0. Or I can choose Swift Strike. I'm going to choose Swift Strike. I'll grab a red threshold. Fancy. Did not think I was going to realistically be able to activate more than one of these, but makes sense. I am Uzu after all. Alright, well, if he has 1 damage, I guess he wins. I could block that, but then I would still lose. He's 1 damage off! He's 1 damage off! Yay!